Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, review anything and everything. And today we are getting into this Jurassic World Hammond collection, Sinoceratops. Now, from my understanding, he comes from the scene, I think it's Jurassic World, where's the one with the volcano was coming out? I forget the name of that one, I'm sorry, at the moment, but the one after the first Jurassic World, where the volcano is exploding and whatnot. So you can see here on the back, and this one actually comes with like, it's probably the first one that has different, where it comes with, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I didn't have these off on hand right here. I'm sorry. I thought they were in the original show up. These extra accessories here, which you're able to change things up. So this is new for this line. And once again, they put the whole FX, True FX thing on it, which is weird because before you always had Hammond collection, and now it's taken that step up ever since the Spinosaurus, which I don't know, I never heard anyone really comment on this, like why they do that. It says premium details for enhanced realism, like where they're going with that in terms of the extra branding, because everyone already knew that for the Hammond collection. But anyway, you see this here, showing some of the details on these kind of images here, which looks really nice. It says a broken horn Sinoceratops creeps up on a paralyzed Owen Grady. It bends down to his face with a tongue full of mucus dripping saliva, then stomps the ground and turns away as burning lava approaches. So like I said, this is, I believe, that scene from where the volcano is coming down. Here you can see the image right there. No, this is not where the volcano, I'm sorry. This is that moment. Yes, I remember now, and looking at that scene, it just comes back to me. This is the moment where he's paralyzed and the Sinoceratops was, I think, almost licking his face or whatever the case is, and he couldn't move and the lava was approaching him just before the running scene down the hill of the volcano. So that is the scene where this is from. So, like I said, once again, these are the alternative accessories for the horn and the mouth. Now I'm curious to why they did this, because you could have easily just gave him a jaw, a movable jaw. They've done that with previous ones. I don't think it would have taken away from it. In the horn, whatever he had in the movie, you could have made it that way. So it's interesting that they did that. I don't know why, but it does end up setting a level or bar where it's like, are they going to do this with other ones? And one thing I think that is interesting too is always on the Hammond collection ones, you've had the bendable tails. But I've never had a one of the ceratopsian dinosaurs in terms of the Hammond collection. So having the bendable tail is different. It's interesting. It works the same as all the other ones, but I've just never had it in this type of dinosaur. I always usually had theropod dinosaurs. So yeah, let's move this back a little bit. The detail I think looks really nice. Let's just zoom in and look at those details. I think this figure looks really nice. Just in terms of the details, it's definitely a higher elevation. So I don't know if that's what they mean when they say True FX, is that detail is getting greater than it was previously in the Hammond collection. But that's always gonna be the case, even in the main line or anything like that, that detail always goes up as the lines get better and better. So I'm gonna get my light more adjusted over here. You see the coloring coming down here. It just looks really nice. And he's not a huge dinosaur, but it definitely fits within scale to what was in the movie for the most part, I think. Let me look at that image again one more time. No, it actually doesn't, not based on that picture that I look at it here. I'm gonna bring a human into play right now. This is Martin right here. I think his last name is Kreb, but I'm just gonna say Martin just so I'm not getting it wrong. From the Jurassic World Rebirth, just for scale. And if he was laying down next to him, this Sinoceratops in the movie image looks like the size of a Triceratops, actually, which is very huge. So yes, he definitely is not on that same scale as the photo is here. His whole head dwarfs the size inside the photo here of Owen. So, but it's still a nice looking figure. You've got the articulation down here on the joints. And let's see, my son, I bought this for my son. He was popping the pieces off easy and I never tried it. So let's see. So that was the full horn and this is the broken one. You can slide right on there. It actually goes on pretty easy. And let's see if the mouth is as easy to take off. You can grab it from underneath here, it looks like. I don't know. Not really too sure. It looks like it's almost coming, but this is definitely not easy because the closed mouth position, if you can get your nail up inside there, you could do it. I think it's interesting though, they just didn't give him an articulating jaw because, you know, you see it on say like the Hammond collection. I feel like there is one that has a jaw like that on one of these smaller ones, but I know on the main line, like you had, even though there's a bigger figure, you had that, what is it? Earth Defender, Triceratops. I forget what it's called. It's one of those kind of recycling ones that they use recycled parts. And that one has the articulating jaw. Now, granted, it's a larger head, but I don't think that's something that they couldn't have done on this. So yeah, so that is him with the other pieces on. I think it looks really nice. Like always, let's get some of these measurements in here because as I just mentioned, he is not to scale. I mean, you could always say he's a younger version, but he's definitely not to scale. At first, I almost thought he was. Sometimes you get that illusion when it comes to certain Jurassic Park dinosaurs because you see different ones in the movies at different points and some look bigger than others and whatnot. But like when Grant was with the Triceratops and then you see the Triceratops Hammond collection, which is about the same size, and you go, okay, they look about the right size. And you realize that one in the movie was not a full-size Triceratops. A full-size Triceratops almost borders the size of a T-Rex. They're supposed to weigh somewhere around 6 tons, which is huge because I think a T-Rex is somewhere between like 7 and 8 tons, roughly, rough estimates. It could be more than that, but sometimes they depict it as that. So my point is a Triceratops is huge. And some of these dinosaurs, they're not made in that scale even in the movie. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at the length is 11. And I'm measuring from the tip of the horn here. Obviously it'd be longer if I had the other horn, but we'll just go with the tip of this horn. It's 11 inches long. And if I go off of where his back is and not the height of his crest, he's 4 inches high. So let's see here. 11 inches long. And that means he's 17.6 feet in length in terms of us doing the equation. And he is 4 inches tall. Puts him at 6.4 feet tall at the shoulder, top of the shoulders. So 17, like about 17 and a half feet long, 6.5 feet tall is what our measurements are on this one, which is still decent size compared to like a regular man, but definitely, you know, like not jumbo size. This figure, I will have the link in the description down below for Amazon. If this figure is on Amazon, I happened to pick them up at Target at the time because I went shopping with my boys, and they wanted this one. I definitely think it's worth picking up, but I think also too, if it starts coming down in price, it'll be better because granted it is a Hammond collection figure, but I think that it was somewhere in that like $24 range, maybe. I don't remember exactly, but a little pricey, I think. And some of these figures go up. What's interesting is this. I'm going to say this, a little side note. So I always thought these figures go down in price until they can't be bought anymore. Like they're no longer being made. And then now they go up in price, you know, on the gray market, like maybe on Amazon or someplace where you find them online because the stores don't have them anymore. They're not being made anymore. It's only with the creation of the Spinosaurus Hammond collection, in which is the first time ever that I've seen where the dinosaur is released at a certain price. I think he did go a little bit on sale at one time, not even by much, maybe $5 off, maybe $10 off. His initial price was $50. Then he went up to like $80 and it didn't make any sense. The figure was still being made. He's still in stores. It's not like short supply. He's there and he went up to like $80. I seen him drop back down now to like, I think it's like 65, but I've never seen a figure go up in price after being out. Most of these dinosaurs get discounted and get a coupon, whether at Target or on Amazon will match that price, and they usually go down in price as well. So that was very interesting. And I say that to say, for this figure being like $25, kind of pricey when you compare it to like, say, the Hammond collection Spinosaurus when it first came out at $50, because that figure is more than twice the size of this. It's probably like about overall 3 to almost 4 times the size of this figure, but it's not 4 times the cost. It has become almost 4 times the cost now, but my point I was trying to get at was that initially this wasn't the case. So I don't know, are these things getting pricier? Because for the most part, they always used to be pretty good with the prices on these, and they usually dropped right away. I remember when I first got the, the Hammond collection Brachiosaurus, one of my favorite ones. It started off at like $80. Within maybe about, I want to say a month's time, I waited for it to go on sale. There was a coupon, and they don't offer as many coupons as they used to before, or on Target at least, but they had a coupon, they had some discount sales, and I got that thing down to like about $45. And then I ended up buying a second one later on because it also was able to get on sale for around the same price, almost half off. And even the Hammond collection T-Rex at Target at one point, and then I think on Amazon was doing the same thing. It went down to, I think the lowest I've seen it, to be honest with you, is I want to say it was like about $12. This is a $50 figure, went down to $12. So that was always great. That was the lowest I ever seen. It wasn't that normally. Normally the price on it was like $25 or something like that. But I remember one time it got really, really low. Because I remember I bought it extra for a family member just for the sake that it was that low. It was just, I can't believe it's this low. I'm just going to buy it. So I already had one for myself. I had one for my kids. So I don't know if the line is going up in price, but I definitely think that this is a little pricey for its size. It's a great figure, but for its size, $25 to me is a little pricey. And it's been out for a while. So I would understand if it was brand new. Sometimes they are this price and they go down. But for its price right now, I think it's a little expensive. But anyway, what are your guys' thoughts when it comes to that? As always, you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.